Hello, today I'm going to show you how to complete the attachments page of your application in the Provider Management module for Vermont Medicaid. The attachments page is designed to require certain documentation that you must deliver in order for your application to be complete. Within the attachments section at the top, you're going to see that your provider type and your specialty are listed. Based upon your provider type, specialty, enrollment type, and the information that you've provided throughout the application will determine which attachments are going to be required. So your list may not look exactly like my list. It just depends on the information that you've provided in your application. Regardless of which attachment types you are required, this page is going to operate the same way. Currently, it's listing 4 different attachment types that I need to complete in order to be able to move on. Right now, all the requirements are set to no, and I need all of those to say yes before I can move on. The way I do that is under the attachment details towards the bottom of the page. This section is where you're going to action each attachment type that's listed above. So to begin, I'm first going to hit Create New within the attachment details section. This will open a new window in order for me to action the first attachment type. The first thing I need to do is select the transmission method for this attachment type. Choosing from the dropdown, you're going to choose to either select electronic only, which means you're uploading your document directly to this application. This is the preferred method for these attachments. So if you have them located on your computer, we suggest that you upload them directly to the application. If you do so, when you've submitted your application, that application is going to go direct into processing, pending there are no other information that's outstanding. It will directly go into processing and not have to wait for us to receive your attachments. If you choose by mail, email, or by fax, when you submit your application, it's going to go into a holding pattern waiting for us to receive those attachments. Once we receive them, we will need to upload them to your application in order to continue. There is a 30-day timer for any documentation to be received once you've submitted your application. So this is why we recommend electronic only. It will mean that all of the necessary documentation is on your application when you submit it, and it will directly go into processing. For these first couple attachments, I'm going to select electronic only. Then I need to select the attachment type. The attachment type is going to match what we have up here. So I'm going to start with the IRS W-9 form. I'm going to choose from the drop-down list, and I'm just going to type in IRS at the top so I don't have to scroll through. And I'm going to select IRS W-9 form. Now, because I've selected electronic only, I need to now go find that file on my computer. I'm going to do so by clicking the Select Files button. I'm going to navigate to where the file is stored on my computer, and I'm going to select my IRS W-9, and I'm going to click Open. This is going to upload the document directly to the application. You can see how quickly that was done. It is now completed, so I can hit Save. Now you'll see that I have under Attachment Details, I've actioned the IRS W-9 form and attached the file directly to the application. If I look back up at the top under Required Attachments, now the requirement for my IRS W-9 says yes, I've actioned that one accordingly. I'm going to repeat that process for the proof of professional liability insurance. Under Attachment Details, I'm going to hit Create New again. Under my transmission method, I'm going to select electronic, and then I'm going to select my attachment type, this time choosing proof of professional liability insurance. I'm going to navigate to my computer to find my file, this time selecting my proof of professional liability insurance file. Once done, I'm going to click Save. Next up is my Dme Surety Bond based upon my enrollment type and my provider type. I'm going to click Create New again. This time I'm going to show you what it looks like if you choose something other than electronic. So this time I'm going to say that I need to mail this document in. I don't have it readily available on my computer, so after I submit my application, I'm going to mail the document. I'm still going to select the attachment type, this time choosing DME. Here's my DME Surety Bond. And you'll notice that my Upload File Select Files button is grayed out. And that's because I don't have anything to upload. I said I was going to send it in by mail. So as long as you've selected the transmission method and the attachment type, I'm just going to click Save. Now you'll notice I do have an entry down here that looks different than the others. It says I'm going to send it in by mail. There's no file name because I didn't attach anything. Yet at the top, under requirement met, it still says yes. So I just want to make sure the understanding is there that under requirement met, when you say yes, it doesn't mean that you've uploaded the file to your application. It just means that you've actioned it below, telling us how the documents are coming to us. Lastly, I'm going to select Copy Avoided Check, hit Create New. And again, I'm going to say by mail this time. I'm going to send it in. The attachment type this time is going to be Copy Avoided Check or a signed letter from the bank, whichever you're going to choose to upload for your EFT enrollment. And I'm going to click Save. Now all of my requirements have been met. They all say yes, so I'm ready to move on. Just remember that if you have chosen anything besides electronic, that you will have to submit those after you submit your application. So once you hit submit on your application, you're going to be provided with a cover letter. That cover letter is designed to send in with your documents if you need to send in more documentation. That way, when we receive the documentation, we know exactly which application to attach them to. The other thing I want to note is that if you do have another document that you want to attach to your application and that is not required, you can still do that. I still have the option here to hit Create New and attach whichever documentation I feel is needed for my enrollment that is not noted as required. Just be sure to not include any claim information on your enrollment. It will not be accepted or processed upon the approval of your application. Once you have satisfied all of the requirements of this page and actioned each attachment type, you're now ready to move on by hitting Save and Continue.